Okay, welcome back to inventRight TV. And during this video, I'm going to show you how someone had an automotive product and brought it to market. So please watch this video. Okay, everybody, Stephen Key here, back with inventRight TV, bringing you another great story of how someone took an idea and launched that product. Kevin, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me, Stephen.
All right, I saw your video and I really love what you're doing. So let's start at the very beginning. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, Stephen, my name's Kevin Robinson. I invented the company TRAC. It started out with just one simple product. It was literally a tool to help people save their back while removing wheels and tires from a vehicle. And then just an idea turned into a company. So I tell people it's my full-time, part-time job. It stemmed from another business that I do where I was watching a gentleman pull a wheel and tire off a car. And I said, I can invent you something that makes it easier and saves your back. And he was in his 60s working on a tire. And so he's struggling. So in my other business, I have a tool that was similar in design. I said, well, let's tweak on this and fix this. And then it was one of those overnight things. I did it. He loved it. I went to SEMA, which is the largest automotive trade show in our country. First year, we wound up winning the grand prize award, and I had no idea it was that large of an award. So it took off from there, and then other products landed, and it's been amazing. It's been a great run. It hasn't been that long, so it's been quick.
Yeah, we're going to show a couple of your videos to show you have quite a few products. I think you have 2 or 3 of them. But before we get there, were you changing tires? I mean, how did you?
No, that's the best part. My main business is I do automotive hail damage repair. So I do paintless dent repair. Okay. I've been doing it 29 years, and I have like my own retail facility, and then I service a couple of body shops locally here in Colorado. And I was at one of the shops, and that's where the gentleman was in the bay next to me servicing a vehicle. And he was I heard him struggling, and I said, hey, we can fix this for you. We can make it work so you feel safe. And that's exactly what we did. We just built him a tool. I did the old, when the people sketch on a napkin.
Yeah.
I did exactly that. I drew it out on a piece of paper, and then I said, what do you think of this? And he said, yeah, great. We found a manufacturer. And
okay, wait a minute. So you sketch it on a napkin. I think that's pretty darn typical.
It's the classic cliche. Yeah, that's exactly what we did.
How did you build that first prototype to see if your sketch on a napkin was actually going to work?
That's the funny part. I didn't know how to work the hydraulic mechanism to raise and lower the cradle that holds the tire. Didn't know the best way to do it. I didn't want to do it mechanically. I wanted to do it something with a hydraulic, and I was getting a haircut. I asked my girl, I said, when's the last time you serviced your chair? She's like, it never breaks. So I flipped the chair over and found out who manufactures the pump. Okay. Called them. They turned out to be this massive full custom manufacturing company. And they said, let's get out here. Walk through. We came out with some new designs and integrated the product. And my first prototype, I literally used it yesterday. I was working on my Jeep yesterday, and it's still they use it every day. And it's been since 2018 when we came out with that first product.
Nice. James, show the video for this product so they can see, because this looks so easy. And you're right. It's going to really, I think it's going to help your back is what I saw, because those tires are heavy. So shoot the video or run the video. Thank you. Okay, the other product that I really like, Kevin, was a real simple one. It's the real small one. It's the TRAC, right? Was that your first or your second one?
We call it the TRAC tire jack. Okay. So it's a simple leverage tool. And so how that came to fruition was we had the tire cart, right? And the tire cart is our $1,200 piece of equipment. And a lot of people can't, like for the homeowner, if they don't want to stomach a $1,200 tool, we have options.
Okay.
You can purchase the top cradle of that tool, and we sell that for $400, but still that's something for that's still some money for some people. So basically, we came out as a team effort with this leverage tool,
Oh,
and that's our $150 tool. And you can carry it with you. It takes up no floor space because we've learned that's a concern in some shops. And we sell a mount, so you carry it with you. Like we carry one with us off road, and I carry one in my truck. And SCCA race car members, they have them in their trailer, and they swap tires at the track. So it's just a great little leverage tool that's affordable to most people, and
yeah.
it's just our number one seller. So now we distribute and sell worldwide now. It's an amazing run that we're doing with it.
I really love it because it's so simple and it works so
Yep.
beautifully.
Well, the simplicity helped us win the SEMA Launchpad TV show.
That's a
And
big
we
deal.
were up against all the trends in the industry, from ADOS to females in the industry to EV. So EV is obviously taking off.
Okay.
And then the unit that won was us, the simplicity. So I couldn't believe it. That was amazing achievement for us.
That's wonderful. Okay. So you come up with this great idea. It works. You got a prototype. Everything's going. When do you start thinking about protection, and how did you do that?
So we'll back up and we'll go to the first unit for the cart. So I knew right away we were onto something
Okay.
that once I took it to SEMA and people showed a few people and they just said, this is amazing. Immediately I went for patent protection. I started with a firm in Colorado and it was very expensive and they got nowhere. They had nothing they can do with it. So I literally just Googled, IP patent protection, and I came out with QuickPatents. And I talked with Kevin Prince over there, and he was amazing. He did 42 of the 44 bullet points got approved on the first go around. So boom, he's my guy. And then all of a sudden it took off from there. So anything I had to move forward on, QuickPatents, Kevin took care of it. And it was easy. And he helped me through the process to get it there. So we since have 6 patents now, 2 trademarks. So we've been, I feel like we're decently protected. It's been a great journey, but a lot of learning to do too, right?
So you've got a pretty strong patent portfolio, IP
I think so.
protection around the whole thing. Okay, wonderful. So you've got the protection, you got a prototype. When do you start going into production mode?
When we're recognized, we got recognized at SEMA.
Okay.
It took me 2 years to show the tool off to certain people. And here's a fun thing. One of my distributors now this year at SEMA told me that I used to be a gimmick to him. And I said, well, what about now? He goes, well, now I sell your tool. So good job. When you're new to the industry with
Okay.
something that nobody has, you have to sell it. And that's the hardest part because nobody wants to use it. They're set in their ways. Everybody does things for the last million years their own way. Now I have the new gadget. I have the new can opener, let's just say. And you have to teach people why it's so good. And that's the hardest thing to come across, or to get across to people. So we're doing that now. But we got recognized finally.
Okay.
And then we got approached by a manufacturer who is a big player in the tire industry. And we partnered with them on certain tools. Certain tools I still manufacture locally in Colorado.
Okay.
And then because they own a manufacturing facility, we can do it just at such a large volume
Okay.
because we sell at a large volume. And we
Wow.
realized this is a good partnership with us.
Okay, good for you.
Thanks.
Manufacturing, expensive. Yes? No?
Yes and no. It depends on where you're going. Locally, yes, but we tried to source through our new partner, and we were going to save $50 a unit. So why not keep it here?
Okay.
Why not have my friends who own a full fab shop do the manufacturing for me? It gives them some business, keeps me local.
Okay.
I don't have to pay for shipping. I don't have to pay.
Nice.
And if there's any kind of questions or if we have to tweak on anything, I can handle it. Now, on the other side, for the large volume, it's so easy. Now it's packaged, it's labeled, it's UPC, everything is done at the facility. The quality is amazing. We get it here. We got knocked off our first time this year, or last year in June. And I did a comparison. I bought one and did a comparison between the two, and their tool leveled flat. Mine still stayed the exact shape. We had 1 million hits on that video, and people still didn't believe that we did the same tests. And I said, well, buy the tool, you'll find out.
Nice. So let's
So
talk about creating demand. Like you said, education. How do
Yep.
you do that? I know we're doing it now. I know.
Yeah, yeah.
But how do you do? I know you do the trade shows, but is there anything else that you're doing to get the word out about how great your products are?
I like my hobbies have helped me get the word out. So we're into off-roading. And I handle 40-inch tires on my Jeep. So that's almost a 150 to 180 pound tire. So I use the tools to put it on. Well, I know a lot of people in the industry who have my tools now, whether I've given them for promotional or they purchased it to use it. So now that we're out at these shows, nobody knew who TRAC was, and we're hanging out with the big names like Nitto, like the proper people in the industry, and they finally see us. We keep coming back,
Okay.
and because we keep coming back, I think we have some stake in the game. And our first year we went down to Florida was a big deal to be on the East Coast, and people who followed our social media just couldn't oh, you're in Florida, you're all the way out here. And then I'm like, well, we're in Australia, we're in Japan, we're out there all through Europe. But on our home front, we handle these shows now coast to coast.
Okay.
And just that shows that we are worthy enough to be in the industry long term.
Got it.
Okay, so through social media, through our trade shows, we're getting this product out and showing why it's a necessary tool in the industry. But also, the like Pep Boys is one of our customers. So we're showing that a true organization that has 1,500 stores, they have one in every store.
Nice.
Because they understand its safety reasons,
Okay.
Why it's so much a demand in the product.
Amazing. So what's next? What are you working on now? Same line extension, something different? What's going on?
I think what's next is a reiteration of one of our tools. We're kind of redesigning one of our top cradles. I told you we sell a separate top cradle of the main tool,
Okay.
and we're going to integrate that with a jack. And we have our manufacturer helping us work on that project.
Nice.
So every year since 2019, we've gone to SEMA with a new product and won an award of some sort.
I love you.
Last year, it's been great. SEMA's been such a good partner with us, for us to be there. And last year was our first year we did not win an award, but we did a 3X on our sales, and we were in five other booths for distribution. So we're doing something right. It's growing. Right. So it was a good year this year.
Well, I love your products. I saw it. They make sense. They're so, I know they look simple. They're probably not that simple to manufacture, but I can tell you, you can see the benefit really clearly.
Yeah.
And
it's it's funny. Like when the first item came out, it was just our tire jack, a leverage tool, and it's just a red piece of metal. And the way we display it at our booths, people are like, "What is that?" And I've learned, light bulb, we need a video.
Okay.
So we hang TVs now and just show the videos. And our most recent one is my wife changing my son's Jeep tire. And our last show at down in Arizona, there was a gentleman like, I can pick up a tire. And then he was kind of like, well, they are getting heavier. And then I said, watch the video. And there's my wife just flipping a tire up onto my son's Jeep like nothing. He goes, okay, I'll buy it. But it's not just for one sale. It's they tell their friends or they go home with it and the neighbor comes over. And then it's just organic growth. And then somebody might be in the industry somewhere that needs it. We had a gentleman from the Houston Toll Authority just stop by. So he just bought 20 units from us. And when I was like, oh, that's great, 20 units. But it's not just the toll authority. It goes to the fire department, the police department, Parks and Rec. Then it goes to all of their anybody in that area that's going to do it. So it's just organic and it's growing and growing. It's been great.
Well, Kevin, thank you for telling your story. Smart,
sure,
great product.
Appreciate
Congratulations on all your hard work.
Thanks, Stephen. I appreciate you having me on. And, I like your success as well. I've been following you. So it's fun. And I was just telling a friend of mine this morning how overwhelming this can be. And watching your videos is really it's opened up new avenues to say, it can be easier if you follow the right mentor, right, to kind of get you there. So I was very happy to hear that you had me on. Wow. So appreciate that.
My honor. Thank you so much.